So, Melissa, we're on our fifth session now. But before we proceed, I'd just like to do a quick recap over the past few sessions that we went over, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, what I wanted to talk about was that, we discussed your family dynamics. We also talked about how your mom was very abusive and how she essentially left you all and your father. And so you talked about how your father generally worked a lot and he really didn't pay you much attention. And you also talked about how you were the primary caregiver for your siblings and that you didn't have very many friends.
Yeah, I pretty much was always the mom. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't have time for friends, and I didn't have time to do anything but take care of my brothers.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's about right.
So most recently, in regards to our last session, you discussed how, well, you processed it. You did a great job of doing so. But you processed how you may have a further understanding of some of the things that your mother struggled with. You saw how you two were similar in some aspects, and you also developed some understanding as to why she may have struggled to care for you all.
Yeah, that's about right. I'd never before looked at her, tried even to look at things from her perspective. I was just very angry and hurt by her. But we did, when we talked last week, that really, it made me look at her and what she went through as growing up and how it was similar to kind of what I'm doing. She was in a little bit more of an abusive relationship or situation than I am. But it did help me look at her a little bit differently and try to understand.
Okay. Well, we talked about during this session, we would focus on your ability to engage others.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, let's talk about how you've done so in the past. And for example, we can use high school.
Okay.
The first day of school was generally something kids are usually pretty excited about.
Or nervous about.
Yes, either way. Who did you talk to on the first day of school generally?
Nobody. I didn't really have any friends, so I'm really not that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I really just didn't think anybody would be interested to talk to me, so I just kind of kept to myself.
Okay. Well, when you did speak with someone, was there ever a time like where you went out and engaged someone else and you were able to carry on a conversation
That was a very, very long time ago. Not anytime recently.
Okay. Well, tell me about that time.
Well, the one time I can think of was in high school. There was a project due, and I wasn't really clear on the instructions or the directives that the teacher wanted us to do. So I tried several times to catch the teacher before or after class, and unsuccessfully. And I was kind of stressing out about it. And well, one day when I was leaving, I noticed another classmate was in the library working on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't have a choice, but I went up to her and asked her for more instructions, like what her understanding of the project was, and see if we were on the same page and stuff. So that's one thing. That's really the only time I can think that I've actually initiated a conversation with anybody.
Okay. Well, tell me what was different about that time.
I wasn't doing great in the class, and I couldn't afford to fail a project, so I had to reach out to somebody that I didn't know. So I really didn't have a choice because I had to pass the class.
That's pretty understandable. So what allowed you to talk so freely?
Well, it was pretty concrete. I didn't have to think of what I had to say. I was asking her questions about the project, so there was already a predetermined topic of conversation. So that was probably the only reason I didn't. But I was really nervous. It took me about 15 minutes just to approach her. Like I was scared. So, but I did it.
Okay. And so you said that, you considered her as a friend in high school. What allowed you all to talk freely after that conversation?
Well, I guess the first icebreaker is when we first started talking is we both hated the class and we wanted it over with. So that, was a common element. But then, as you start talking to somebody, other topics come up. We talked about, movies and music, and we had similar taste in both. So that was we had that in common.
So just the general baseline things that many people talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And also I like what you said, you referred to it as an icebreaker. So I'd like to use that terminology moving forward.
Okay.
So what are some other icebreakers that you think you can use in the near future?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I can do that.
Okay. So
Are you asking me to go talk to somebody? Is that where we're leading to?
yes, it is.
I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay. Well, how about this? Before our next section, just think of some icebreaker topics before.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So, when you think about the icebreaker topics, who would you be willing to try them out on?
I'm not going to randomly walk up to somebody. That's way too strange, and I don't think I can do that.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you just
That'd
randomly
be a little
walk up to
odd.
someone on the sidewalk. So, I guess in your daily
I don't know.
activities.
I don't know.
Like, is there anywhere that you go, like weekly or like maybe a coworker?
Well, I mean, I go to the grocery store every week. Got to buy groceries for the family, so I guess I could talk to the cashier or the deli guy or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, so I like that you've been thinking about it.
I have. I'm tired of talking to my family. My brothers they're annoying. So
Okay, and so I know that you said that you weren't initially willing to do so.
Mhm.
However, since you're going to be going to the grocery store,
Mhm.
can we agree that you would at least make, I won't stretch it and say 3, but at least 2 attempts to engage the cashier in an icebreaker conversation? Because you'll be there, the cashier will be there,
Yeah, I'll try.
versus the awkward silence that generally happens during checkout. Like, maybe just have some casual conversation. Is that?
I'll try. I'll give you that much. I don't know. You're making me nervous a little bit.
Okay, so it's a bit of a stretch, but
A little bit.
it's a growing stretch, so you'll do fine. Okay, so on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being completely confident and 1 being not confident at all, how confident are you in your ability to talk to the cashier?
I'd probably say about a 5.
Okay. 5 is good. 5 is really good. So, do you think that maybe it's because of the familiarity with the cashier? Like, it's someone that you see pretty frequently.
Possibly. Yeah, there's the same group of kids that are always the cashiers at the store I go to, and I guess it helps they're younger than I am, so it's a little less intimidating talking to someone, that's younger. But I don't know. I'll try.
Okay.
I just hope I don't back out,
Well, what would make you rate yourself as a 5?
because I might back out. Because I might not do it.
Yeah.
Right now I have the intention of doing it, but I know myself, so.
Okay. Well, you've made great strides thus far, so I have no doubt that you'll be more than capable of doing so. However, I would like to ask, what do you think you would be able to do to bring yourself from a 5 to a 7?
I guess have that already pre-thought in my head, the list of topics or icebreakers that I could say, so I won't have to be fumbling over words when I'm at the, trying to find my money, trying to find my debit card or whatever.
Mhm.
I'll have that in my head. I don't know, right now, probably the Astros would be my topic if I choose to, because everybody's talking about the Astros. So.
Right. Did you get a chance to go to the parade?
No, I didn't. And I'm kind of glad there's a lot of people.
Yes, I saw everything on the news. It was an insane amount of people.
Yeah. It made me nervous just watching it, so I'm glad I didn't try to go.
So, seeing as though we saw all those people there, I don't think you would have any issues with getting someone to go have a casual conversation with you about it.
Okay. That's what I'll use. That's the one I'll use.
Okay. All right. Well, I look forward to hearing your report.
Okay.